What's going on, fellow A-Plusers? It is I, your host as always, Adam Perez. We're back once again with a brand new movie review, as today we're going to be getting into our non-spoiler review for The Batman. That's right, the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson-led Batman film is finally here. We certainly had to wait a little while extra for this movie due to the pandemic and everything that was certainly happening. All the movies were certainly pushed back, but the week is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. The movie wind up releasing today. I believe they had a New York premiere for The Batman on March 1st today, and I got the opportunity to, with hundreds of other people, to go ahead and see the fan first premiere of The Batman over on IMAX screens across the country in select theaters. Had the opportunity to go ahead and check it out with my girlfriend here, managed to go ahead and grab some tickets. I even plan on trying to go back on March 3rd, this upcoming Thursday, to see this movie once again. And I got to be honest with you guys, I truly enjoyed this movie. This movie definitely lived up to my own personal expectations that I certainly had for Matt Reeves' Batman. If I had to give it a grade walking out of the movie theater, probably an A. I will be kind of curious to see how people react to this particular film. It is 3 hours long. The pacing at times can be a little drawn out, if you will, a little bit slow at times. But for me, because of the fact that it is very much a detective noir, those moments really do work for this film incredibly well in regards to lifting up the tension, lifting up the stakes, just the unease that you might feel, the anxiety riding in certain scenes. I honestly thought that the pacing and the tone of this was handled incredibly well. But I will be interested to see how the fan base digests this particular movie. I do feel like when it comes to other Batman films, I have seen a lot more action certainly take place. But again, I think this movie is deliberately paced the way that it is, so you can get some really great character development, some amazing performances, honestly, from everybody through the spectrum in this particular movie. Really lay in sort of that detective sort of aspect to it, and then dabble in some action from time to time. And I gotta say, the action really holds itself. I was really impressed with the Batmobile chase sequence that we wind up getting in there. Also, the Batmobile just truly impressed me. If I can get me, I don't know if that was like a Mustang or whatever, I would love to get a souped up Mustang that's resembled right after the Batmobile. I was actually really impressed with it in here. But honestly, I think for me, a couple things really jumped out. Robert Pattinson's Batman, I love him in this costume. This costume looks so incredible, and Robert Pattinson, for what they were trying to go for in regards to their Batman, worked incredibly well. Getting the opportunity to see just a really battered and emotionally distraught Bruce Wayne, who's trying to live this this second life, if you will, or Bruce Wayne technically being the second life that he's certainly living, to kind of see how raw he is, how early in his beginnings he is, and also get an opportunity to see him grow and learn and understand his connection a little bit more to his own city. I really love the development in here. There's a lot of characters that I'm kind of thankful we got a few spin-off series coming, because I really want to focus on them. Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon was great in here. Colin Farrell is Penguin. I'm really curious to see where he goes as a character from here also. And even Zoe Kravitz really put her own stamp as, for me personally, like my second favorite Catwoman that we've definitely had. And her chemistry with Robert Pattinson on screen is just... It's absolutely amazing. So some really great characters in here. The storyline is so detailed, so deep. I actually really enjoyed some of the riddles and the situations we find Batman in, certainly trying to solve some cases, if you will. Some of the twists and turns and revelations, and to see the impact not only on our characters but also the city truly does go a long way. I can't remember the guy's last name that's playing the Riddler, unfortunately. I do apologize. Incredible performance, man. Incredible performance under the mask, out of the mask. was just really impressed with certainly what we wind up getting. But I think if there is anything for some people that may push them away, it is probably going to be maybe the pacing at times in here. But if you ask me, the cinematography looked great. Michael Giacchino's score just worked incredibly well in this. Some of the scene selections I thought were just beautiful. The sunsets, just the way that they added special effects, practical effects in here. Matt Reeves just truly outdid himself. And honestly, you know, I will say this too. This movie does feel rather unique on itself. You know, I think the idea that even though we've seen so many Batman movies, the fact that Matt Reeves has such a unique vision in the story that he wants to tell, and really plucking Batman very early in his crusades, I think really do go a long way to make him feel significantly different than a Christian Bale, a George Clooney, a Michael Keaton sort of thing. I do feel like there's maybe an amalgamation of a little bit of everything. I did get a sense of Michael Keaton's Gotham City in here, if you will. You know, Christopher Nolan's character work and development for some of his villains and just characters in general. I just think Matt Reeves just knew the film that he wanted to make, and it's on the screen, and it's beautiful and gritty and dirty in all its incredible ways. And so for me, this is definitely a branching off for a cinematic universe that I really would love to see. I hope they definitely bring Matt Reeves back for a sequel. It wouldn't surprise me. I think this movie is going to do great in the box office, but I love this movie. Solid A, to certainly say the least, but I would be kind of curious to see how I feel about it, even going into seeing it a second time later on this week, guys. But listen, I want to know your thoughts. If you've had the opportunity to go ahead and check out the Batman, what are some of your first impressions in regards to it? What did you love? What did you hate? Definitely go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the live chat or the comment section box below, guys. Now, this is just our non-spoiler review. Probably sometime later on this weekend, you can expect a spoiler-filled review. If anything, maybe Sunday afternoon after we do our after we do our A+ hero report, maybe we'll sit down and do an actual spoiler discussion for you guys on the Batman. So definitely go ahead and join us Sunday afternoon. But until then, guys, that's going to do it for me here. We'll definitely talk more about it later on this weekend, so join us then. But until then, do me a big favor, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.